So welcome back, people. Basically today we're going to build an examples website whereby we're going to do like all the tags from the w3schools.com, if I write it in here, w3schools, and then if you type that in and press enter, when it wants to work, of course, I hope internet's a bit slow today. What's going on? Well, while that's deciding what it wants to do, I went ahead and did a little bit of design work just so that I'm ready and set to go. And I created this. I'm going to recreate this step by step so you can see it for yourselves. But let me show you what this looks like in Thingy. What we've got here is examples of HTML tags, and I've done a little bit of styling. I don't want it too glary. It isn't about design. I want to emphasize each of the tags. So this is a HTML tag H, basically a heading tag, and I recreated this as a heading H1 blah 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 to a heading of H6. Then the next one down separated, a new tag, this is an HTML tag of P. This is a paragraph tag, and of course this is paragraph, and this is what I've done all the way through. Right now, hopefully this is can't load. I don't know why. Have we got internet? Of course we've got internet. Let me try it again. Come on, because internet's been a bit funny. As you can see, I've been searching for it. W3 schools. Let's try one more time. It probably was just a bit slow or didn't quite work. But either way, I'm going to try and recreate this inside this thing here. It looks like, people, my internet has gone down. That's not no need. I'm going to talk now how to set this up. So the first thing I want to do is get Notepad up and running. Now, seeing the internet's broken, oh, that's just great. Oh no, what am I doing? You need to go into my website. Basically, that's where we've been doing it. Hit your starting template, right click it, open with, go to Notepad. Hey, there you go. This is We're going to change this, and we're going to just say examples, exam, all the way down. I'm just going to copy and paste that all the way. Copy. Take that out of there. No one's going to see this file, so it doesn't really matter. Just so that you know, even that there, put example, doesn't matter. Leave that there. This is, you're going to give it a title. So call it examples of, just say examples in it. Then you want your H1 tag at the top, but don't worry about too much about the H1 tag, because I'm going to copy and paste that code out after. Everything can stay the same. I now change the comment at the top. This is a example site for HTML tags. We can then remember, don't hit Ctrl S, otherwise you'll wipe over your starting template. Always go File, Save As. We want it in my websites. That's it. Inside that, not in its own thingy. I'm going, for this purpose, call it examples.html. Then you know then all HTML examples will be in examples.html. Save that. Now it's been done. Okie dokie. Now then, if I then close that down for a second, open this up, open the what I called it. If I grab this style sheet, from which I know I've done, I can copy this, okay, and just place this style. I'll talk about this in a minute anyway. Don't worry about it. Inside here now, I'm going to paste that new style sheet. Paste that new style sheet. Thank you. And we should already have that open. There it is. There's the examples. Nothing's changed. But I need to talk about styling. I couldn't go ahead and do I couldn't go ahead and not put styles in. So that means I'm jumping a few lessons away to talk about styles, inline styles and external style sheets. Most often or not, if not 10 times out of 10, you're going to be using external style sheets. What are inline and style sheets? Well, I'll show you briefly inside here. Inside your head at the top here, right? If you want to do an inline style sheet, that means inside the page itself, you would just do style as a tag, left bracket style, right bracket. Don't forget to close that style tag. Okay. Now inside the style tag itself, you can write CSS, and it will affect only this page, no other pages, just this page. So if you've got multiple page website, all the other pages will not get affected, but this style is for this particular page. It can be useful in certain circumstances, but for me showing you this, let's go for BODY, okay, and we use the curly braces. They're called curly braces. Hopefully you can see that on camera. And inside the body, I'm just going to say background, because that's what I'm going to showcase. Yeah, and if you want to go color, you put a little dash, and we are English, and we would like to put color as in COLOUR, but it's not. You have to put color as in COLOR. Either way, then double what they call colon. I think it's a colon. So it's background color colon, and we are going to say, for instance, we can call it blue. I'll talk about ASCII codes in a minute, and then you want a semicolon to close that. Now if I save this for examples and come to open it, it should, hang on, come on, that one ain't it, nope, that one. So if I open examples now, that should be in blue. There it is, people, there's a blue background. We can go back into this and choose a different color and say yellow, okay, and save. Go back to this and press refresh. It's now turned to yellow, and that's an inline style sheet. So if that's the case, then what if we change the system from this is an inline style sheet, and it's contained the style tag and closing style tag. It has to be contained inside the head of the document, and you can see that once you start adding a lot more styles to it, it can get more complicated. So what we use is an inline, is an external style sheet, allowing you full control. I'll resave that just to check what that looks like on here. If I press refresh, it should then get rid of it. We're back to white, that's where we want it. So if we look at this, no, what we'll do is, come on, I want this one, don't I? There it is. If I open this index inside Notepad, thank you, we put a little link at the top, and it's this, a little link there, and we put that, remember this one, this is an example site for HTML tags. We've done nothing to it, but see where the title is, just where the scale is, yeah, viewpoint, content, just below that, enter it and put the link. It's called link relative as in style sheet. I'm linking a style sheet, rel equals it's what they're called, double quotes, yeah, two double quotes, style sheet space href, so it's href equals double quotes style.css. okay, so if I've done that correct, save it, nothing's changed, but to see that style sheet, I'll show you in a minute to get rid of that one. We shouldn't, I don't think it does change, no. Now we need the code coming from the other pages. So if we then go to this code bit I'll have to reopen it. I'd closed it for some reason. Oh well, let me just open it. If I copy this div, and I'll tell you what it's all about. If I copy all of that, yeah, and put that inside my body tag and save, we're up to speed. I can get rid of this now, and I'll talk through all this in a minute to you. So here we are. That's what it was, my little work through, and now it's now inside this one, which is good. I now can crack on and do those things. Let me talk to you about the code. Basically, I've just shown you where to put the style sheet. This one is an H1 tag that says examples of H1 tags, but I need to talk about the actual style sheet itself. Let me open that in WordPad. Nope, not WordPad. How do you work? Okay, I've got to open it. I've never opened it. For some reason, I've never opened it. Oh, okay. Notepad. Just once, thank you. So at the top of this screen, you'll see like a star sign. I think on my keyboard it's a number 8, so it's Shift and 8, and that gives you all. That means all of the site. And what margin 0, padding 0, border 0 does simply is it zeroes all styling. So on most websites, on most browsers, it comes with a standard set of styles, and to zero all those styles out, like padding, border, margin, you put that in and it just makes everything, then you have full control over what you need to do. So I've created a body tag, but I haven't done nothing with it. You can see that. I've created the mark tag. Yeah, so the mark tag is this highlight text. So look at the highlight text here. When we think that's called a mark tag. I've never used the mark tag. I've always thought it was a highlight. Never used highlights, but I want to emphasize the text, and that's called the mark tag. If I go to the actual examples page, you can see it in action. Mark, open bracket, mark, close bracket. There's the double quotes with the H tag in the middle, and then we close the mark tag, and that makes that thingy. So there's the open mark, there's the P, the close mark, and that produces this, right? But you can also give the mark tag some styles, and that's what that is there. I give it padding of 5 pixels just to give it a bit of space to breathe. Having space to breathe just matters. So then I had to create like a block of text to create this block effect here and give it a bit of space between the H1 tag and a bit of space here. So there's a space at the top, space at the top. That's it. And I've also give each one of these like sections a bit of margin or padding on the left hand side so that we can see it from the edge. Do you know what I mean? But the box itself, the green box, fills the entire screen. And this, how you get that setting, of course, I want to emphasize the title of that section here so that it's separated from the content. So how do you do that? You have to create classes, and the first class I called it was tags block. That's that big green banner thing, yeah, and what I want it to do inside, and then it for the title of it being the title. This is an HTML tag, blah 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 blah. That I call that the tag's title. And there's the tag's title. Color white, font size 20 pixels, padding bottom 10 pixels, margin bottom 10 pixels, border bottom 1 pixel, solid white. And is it white? Or is it black? It's white. What this is shorthand for borders. So if you wanted a full border around that, so it was a total square border, you wouldn't put bottom. You'd just have border, semicolon, 1 pixel, solid, You can separate them out and put them on separate lines, but I aren't going in too much detail about CSS. That's another story, and we'll do that. I'll do that in one lesson on its own, and we'll go through some basics of CSS. But I'm going to leave this on screen. It should be long enough. I have left it on screen long enough so you can type it out, write it down, etc. While I'm waffling, you can pause it. I'm going to leave it on screen just a little bit longer to allow you time to screenshot it or do something with it, you know. So I think that's plenty. I'm going to take that off now, we don't need it. And then if you want to look at how I create this thing, basically if I copy and paste this div, it's called a div, a division, right? div stands for division, and if I want to create another block, I'll just copy out this copy, come down, get some space, bring that down. I'm going to paste that in, give me that bit of space. The next tag is not going to be a p tag, so I can get rid of all of this. And if I had, say for instance, I'll leave the p tag as it is. Let me go and try the internet, see if that's now working for us. Let me try W3 schools again. I want to get to the tags. Hey, bloody hell, it works. Now then, if I search tags, HTML tags here, see what comes up. So you're not going to do it the way I want you to do it. Okay, reference tags. So that we can see that in this side I've done the docker type, done the a tag, abbreviation. Now if you look at the abbreviation, I didn't mention it last time, they are, I think they're making this depicted. Abbreviation, I think they're making that depicted. So acronym, is that they are not supported in HTML5. Just to let you know that the code, the docker type that I'm using is HTML5. Let's go with something a bit more easier. Block quote. Here we go. What is a block quote? What does block? I've never used block quote. Let's have a look what it means. Yeah, here's a quote for WWF's website, and they've enclosed that as a block quote. All of it. Where's the link for this site? Oh, you have to say where it's coming from, and you're quoting the site from it, are you? Ah, okay. Whatever that means. Here's the website. So if you're quoting this site, you have to, if you're taking a quote from another website, okay, fair dues. I won't do that one. I won't probably use it. Body, center, a button. Here we go, people. Click me. You know, try it for yourself. Button. Type button on click, hello world, click me. Here we are then. If I copy and paste this out, yeah, copy, go to my examples, I like it. So this it is HTML tag P, but we'll say BU button. This is a basic button. You know, this is a basic button. Come down into your thingy, make sure you're inside your div. So div class equals tags block, hopefully you can see that on screen. P class tags title, that's the title that gives you all this. I'm emphasizing the word button, so that'll be in yellow. This is a basic button. Then I'll just put the basic button inside. So button, type button, on click alert, hello world, click me button. If I press save and go back to my examples website, there should be a third one, and there's the button. This is an HTML tag button, this is a basic button. If I click it, we have this page says hello world. Nice, isn't it? So it all sort of works. And I'm going to go through, where's it gone? That one? That one. I can then go to canvas and do an example of a canvas, and then I can go to, say for instance, another one, and what's DFN? DFN, never seen that one, is a standard markup language for creating web pages. Is it really? Try it for yourself. Let's have a look. And what does it do? HTML is the standard markup language for creating web pages. It just emphasizes it. DFN, is that it? Definition. Is it maybe definite? I don't know. I've never used that one, people. There's some here, like I say, you'd never use. I want an example of it. Field set. So we do one more. One I know of. I've used. Input. You know, we've got input. Input's like forms and stuff, isn't it? Yeah, page PHP, but we aren't doing PHP in this one. A label. Show me a label. No, too complicated. When I move into doing tables and things and forms, yeah, we'll do that too. But just give us a nice easy one. Just pre. I remember PRE. Pretext. Try it for yourself. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. The pre element. Text in the pre element is displayed in the fixed width font, and it preserves both spaces and line spaces. Does it really? Okie dokie. We've got ourselves the next one. Pre. Yeah, then, if I copy this pre out, copy, go to my thingy. We need to copy this first, don't we? We need to copy that first. Space. Paste that in. Space. Get rid of this. This is PRE text. Okay. Change the button for the PRE tag. Yeah. Get rid of delete that content. Then go back to the pretext, this stuff, copy again, yeah, paste that in, and what I'll do is I'll change it a little bit. I'll bring that up one, but then space it out there, and then I'll space the preserves out over here. Do something different, don't keep it the same. Line breaks, save it. See what that does. Then if you go to this, there should be a fourth element now. There it is, exactly what pretext does. You then that's pretty cool actually. That gives you a little bit more control over bits and bobs. So there's the pretext. This is an HTML tag pre. This is pretext. So you're getting examples of different things. That there's some there I'm not going to include. There's some there that I am. And the reason why I wanted to highlight all this is then I've got a representation of that tag on what it looks like. That was the idea and the concept of it. So to make yours, you don't have to do the way I did it. You can just bang it on the page and that's it. But if you do want to do it, I'm going to leave. Well, basically, the only things that you have to concern yourself with is that block in it. Once you've got this tags block, the div, so you go space again. It doesn't matter how many you could have. You could have as many spaces as you like. They will not be seen on the thing anyway. So come to the end of your div. You get rid of this content, the pretext. So you're left with just this block. You're left with this block here. That's what you need to start writing down. If you copy my CSS, of course, which is in this one. If I open this back in, open with Notepad. There it is. I'll leave it on screen for a little longer to allow you time to write that down, and you can get it looking exactly like mine. That's fine too. Next time, I hope to do. Well, I'm going to carry on doing this and make mine, fill it out, putting more tags in there, filling my sheet up, and I'll show you what I've done. But in the next one, I think we need to talk about image processing, so you've got that under your belt. And a program that I use is GIMP. So in the next episode, next part, I'm going to be doing. I'll also bring the examples back up, so you can write this down, and have a look at the structure. There's that link at the top, don't forget that link. But once you've got this up and running and you've tried it and you've start getting to a routine, you can basically keep adding more elements to it, more tags, and change your tag name here, don't forget. Job done. And you can keep adding those tags to the sheet. Easy. So I'll just save that. So then, yeah, I've got some more images somewhere. I did some more I did that wrong, didn't I? Yeah, I've got some more images ready to go, and I've got them ready so that when I do the image processing part, I've got something to play with and show you. So in the next part, we're going to touch on image processing. Not all of it, but the very, very basics of it, just to reduce it from some, say, 15 megabits. That's what that is, 15 megabits, and that one's 45 kilobytes, which is about 1/10 of a megabit. It's crazy, from 15 megabits to 1/10 of 1 megabit. So yeah, you need to know about image processing. So the next episode, part 4, we'll do image processing. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks very much.